Hello everyone. Today we have a new session of Excel, and in this session we learn the date functions. So we have a data like this, means we have a data. There are inside my data there are three columns: the date, sales representative, and sales. So we have some scenarios to find out a uh, specific sales within this data. So the first scenario is which weekday over last 2 years had biggest sales, means we find the biggest sale over the last 2 years. So how we find the biggest sale over the last 2 years? Let's see. So firstly, we want the sales according to the weekdays. So these are my weekdays, Monday to Friday. So firstly, I find out the sales. So firstly, I find out the day of these date values. Means firstly, I find out the date with the help of text function. So I type text. The first parameter of the text function is value. So I select this date as a value and format text type 4 times D, bracket close and enter. So I am getting the weekdays, or not a weekdays, I am getting the days from the date value. So now I am drag this formula to down. So I am going to down, press F2 and press Control Enter. So I am getting I am getting days of all these dates. So now I am going back to my scenario. So first part means the weekday I find out. Now the second part, or the second part of the scenario is to find out the years. So how we can find out? So again come back to my data and type year function. The parameter is serial number, so I select this date. So year function is find out the year from this specific date. Now double click on it, so I find the years. Now I am going back to my question. So which weekday over last 2 years had biggest sale? So firstly I find the total sales of each weekday. So how we can find the total sales? So type the sum if function, because we want the total sales of the specific day. So for the total thing we use the sum function, and there is a condition. So I type the if is a condition. So the formula is sum if. The first parameter of this formula is range. So I select the range. So this is my range. Basically, this range is depend on the criteria, and the criteria is a Monday. So that's why I select the range here. Criteria. So I select this criteria, comma. The third parameter is sum range. So I select this range as a sum range. So sum range is basically the numerical or the integer value range. Bracket close and enter. If I drag this formula, so before dragging, I am just select the range and fix those values. Fix those ranges and drag this formula. So now I am getting the sales of each weekday. I am getting the total sales of each weekday. But now we have to identify the maximum sales of the particular weekday. So how we can identify it? So I select the range, go to the conditional formatting, manage rules, apply new rules, and go to the formula and type here the formula. So I type the formula is maximum. For the maximum, I select this range, bracket close, equal to this one. So before proceed further, so I just remove the dollar from the row number before the row number 52 and click on format and select any color. So I select this color and and OK and apply. So this is my biggest sale weekday. Now here is the second question to find the yearly sales report. So how we can find the yearly sales report? Means we find the total sales of 2021. So total for the how we can find the total? Use the sum function, and there is a condition, means we find 2021 total sales. So condition for the condition thing, I type if. So the formula is sum if. Again I apply the sum if. The range is depend on criteria. So the criteria is 2021. So the range is year range. Press F4. So my range is fixed, comma criteria. This is my criteria, comma sum range. So I select this sales range because I already told you the sum range is we consider the sum range as a numeric or the integer range. Again press F4, bracket close and enter. So this is the year, this is the sales of 2021. Now I drag this formula. This is the sales of 2022. My next question is to find quarterly sales report. Means we find the sales of all these quarters of a specific year. So firstly I find the quarter 1. Firstly I find the sales of 2021 quarter 1. So how we can find it? Firstly I find out the quarters. So for the we find out before finding the quarters, we find the month. So for the month to identify the month, I am using the month function. So the parameter inside the month function is the serial number. So the serial number is basically date. So I select this date, bracket close and enter. Now I drag this formula to down. So I am getting the month of each of the dates. Okay. Now I am going to the uh, quarter column. Here I want the quarters of each date. Now we find the quarter. So we find the quarter with the help of if function. So I type if. Inside the if, there is a parameter, the logical test. So firstly I select this value and type less than and equal to 3. Means this is my condition. If this condition is true, then my cursor move on to this parameter value if true, and here I type the quarter 1, comma, again I type the if function and apply the second condition. So again I select this cell and type less than equal to 6. If this condition is true, my cursor move on to this parameter. So I type here quarter 2. Again I type if in the parameter of false. So again select this cell and type the third condition and type the quarter 3 in the true parameter. and in the so I covered the 3 quarters, the quarter 1, quarter 2 and quarter 3, and in the pause parameter I type my last quarter. So I type quarter 4, bracket close and enter. Yes, now I am getting the quarter 1 and I select this cell and press F2 and control enter. So I am getting all these quarters according to the month. Okay. Now I want the value like this, means I want my quarters like this. So I am going to my next column and here I type equal to, select this quarter value, press AND operator because this is the text and we want to add this value, means quarter 1 to the year. So that's why I use this AND operator. Okay, so if you are adding the text with a number or text with another text, so every time you use this AND operator. So here after Q1 there is a dash, so I type space dash space again and again I type AND operator and select this year and double click. So my formula drag till down till the end. Okay. So now I am getting the range which is similar to my criteria or the condition range. Okay. So here I type again, basically what we want the total sales of this specific quarter year. So the total sales, so again type sum condition. So if the function is sum, if the first parameter is range, range is depend on criteria, this is my criteria. Select this range, press okay, select this range and press F4. Select the criteria from here and again select the range of the cells and fix this range also. Bracket close and enter. So this is the sales of this specific quarter and drag this formula. So now I am getting the sales according to the quarters. For the financial quarter sales, first of all I am just correct one more thing here, the quarter 4. So we find the sales of the financial quarter. So how we find the financial quarter? So firstly I find financial quarter here. So earlier I already find the quarter with the function of if. So also I find the financial quarter with the function of if. Logical test. So select this month which is less than equal to which is less than and equal to 3, then type quarter 4. If is less than equal to 6, then quarter 1, because financial quarter start from April. So that's why I type Q1 here. April, May, June. So these months covered under the quarter 1. Again I type if and select this cell less than equal to 9 and type if this is less than equal to 12, then or this is the last condition. So I type the quarter 3 directly in the false section, bracket close and enter. So this is my financial quarter according to the month. Now I want this type of quarter with the year. So in this column I find this type of quarter, yearly quarter. Okay. So I correct this column name, that is yearly quarter. So I type here year financial quarter. So equal to, I type equal to, select this year, type AND operator, space, and type this operator, again type AND operator and select this financial quarter and enter. Drag this formula till down. So see, my ranges look like according to the condition. Now I type the SUMIF function and find the quarterly sales. So again I type sum if. So the range is, so firstly the ranges depend on criteria, and the criteria is Q1 2021. So where I find this value, I find this value inside this range. So I select this range, press F4 for fix this range. Select the criteria. So this is the criteria sum range. So what value we want to sum? So we want sum of the sales. Again press F4, bracket close and enter. So this is the sales of the yearly quarter. Now I drag this formula. So I am getting all the value according to the given values. Okay. So this type of date function we have to use in our daily basis. Okay. So that date functions really helpful if you have any date related scenarios. So we will meet again in a new session of Excel. Thank you.